to the customer visit calendar webinar. Thank you for your participation today. Just as a reminder, some etiquette, because this is a recorded presentation that we're going to post in Salesforce. So we want to keep everyone on mute until the presentation is finished. We will have a Q&A once the presentation ends. So please hold your questions or comments to the end of the call. Please stay on mute unless you do have a question once we do get to the Q&A to minimize any feedback. And then limit your questions to things that you saw with the current functionality. If you have ideas or suggestions on how we can enhance this tool, that's fantastic. But we don't want to address those in this presentation today. I did create a chatter post entitled Customer Visit Calendar Feedback, and that is in the all WinCore group. So that would be the place to post. Okay, so I will turn it over to Jared, except I forgot to mention also that we are in the sandbox today. This is our test server. So if you are really excited and you jump right into customer visits right after this, there are a couple of minor things you may notice are different, but we are going to make updates over the weekend. So what you see today will be reflected on Monday. Okay. Over to you, Jared.
All right. So some of you may be familiar with the customer visit calendar. We've extended the functionality of that to handle trip recording as well. So to create a customer visit, you start with just by using those top 3 fields at the top of this screen right here. That first field lets you search by entering the city name or the airport code, and it'll autocomplete and give you the list of selections you can make. And then pick the date that the trip starts, and then how many days you'll be traveling, and then just click the Add Visit form, the Add Visit button that will be available once you put those 3 fields in. They're all required. So that's all that's required to start the entry. So if you want to just get that in there, that's quick. There it is. Showed up on the 17th. So that's the first step in creating the trip. The next step is to click on one of these links. So let's click on the one that you just created.
Okay. And notice you want to click on the actual link that'll highlight for you.
So here we have just the summary information up at the top, where you're going to be taking the trip, the start date, the end date, and then we have a chatter section so that you could, if you want to notify a product manager or a group of people, you can use the chatter post there to do so. Let's go down to the account visit section and click the plus sign there. So this is how you add accounts to your trip. So this again auto-completes very helpfully for you so that you can select the right account. One note about MRO accounts, you'll notice that like we have, if you type in Delta Airlines, there's at least half a dozen matches that actually say Delta Airlines. In the customer code, the ID, you see that it says _ extra _ PHS, and then there's some that just it just has the customer code, the DAI 037. That's how you can tell between the WinCore account and the accounts that were synced from the various MRO systems. However, as part of an initiative to streamline all of this and to have better visibility across the company, we're going to be moving to a single account for all the reps to use. So until that happens, it would probably be a good idea for the MRO reps to use the WenCore main account. So that's how you can tell the difference. So don't use the ones that have the little suffix after it. Just use the Delta or the main one. And that's all that's needed to add that. You can just click Save now. You can also add a visit purpose, but you can just quickly, just to show how quickly you can do this, just hit plus a couple of times, and then you can just autocomplete a name. And then hit Save. So now these are all actually linked to these accounts, whereas before, when we had that old customer code field, there was no actual link. It was just a text field. So now all of this will show up in the context of the account. So this is the trip, which contains multiple customer visits, account visits. Each of these is a link that you can drill into the specific visit. So if you want to focus in on one particular account, you can do that as well. Or you can just manage it from here. For instance, if you want to hit that down arrow next to one of them, what this lets you do is create tasks. Let's say in preparation for a customer visit, you want a specific set of information gathered by a product manager or the inside rep. You can create a task, assign it out, give it a date, obviously, before you go on your trip, and more description if you need to. And just click Save up at the top again. So now we have tasks related to this specific account visit related to this trip. So let's click through to the visit for Delta Airlines. Here you have, up at the top, it gives you the context. It tells you that this is related to this visit on this date. You have a chatter feed specific to this account. So if you, instead of, for some reasons you might want to post to the general trip chatter feed, and for others you might want to post specifically to this account visit chatter feed. So you have both options. It's important to keep, be aware of which location you're in so that you know who you should be sharing with. And then you've got those fields down below, the visit purpose, which you would fill out in advance, and then the visit summary, which would be your trip report after the trip is done. And again, the task can be created both before and after as follow-up. Before is preparation, and after is follow-up before the trip. So now let's click on the account itself.
Can I do that from?
Oh, that's a good thing to note. We need to add an actual account. So yeah, just click back for now. Because the idea behind this is we want to be able to quickly navigate to any of the related pieces without having to go in and out. So go ahead and click on the account, and you'll see here account visits. There's all the account visits, and then scroll up to the task section. You can see here's a task that's associated with this visit. So it has context. It's related to that visit, which is then related to the account. So you can see that. So go ahead and click on that account visit back. Anyway, so those are the various pieces of this. Go ahead up to the, from here you can easily get back to the view calendar. This filter, or this view has filters. You can limit it by region. There's also a manager trip, or a manager view up at the top. If you click on view visit logs, this is a good tool to see where your people are going, what the various initiatives are in visiting the various customers. And here you can also see all of the related activities that are open for these, or various trips. So go ahead and hit show activities. There you go. And this shows things that are open and closed. You can expand all of them or one at a time by clicking these little arrows. Also, there's date filters and region filters. So click on the date filter here. You can see, just show me stuff that's starting this week. It filters on the start date of the trip. So if you want to look ahead to see what's coming up, you could pick next month as a filter and see what's going on. We're in the sandbox, so we don't see anything here. But and also you can use the region filters to drill or focus in on your area of interest. That region filter is using the now I'm not sure. I think it's the account region. And the sales rep filter is filtering on whoever created. It's the owner of these records and who created them. So if you accidentally pick an account that you're not the owner of, and you create a visit to them, you'll still see it here. So it might click on that. So you'll see, even though the outside rep is various people, because Genevieve created all of these trips, she sees them all. So that's the filter alignment there. So that's pretty much it. You've got the calendar, the logs, the trip. The trip is where you're going. That's the umbrella piece. And then it's made up of the various account visits that each have their own sets of activities associated with them. And those are all visible in the context of the accounts themselves. So that's the new trip report customer visit functionality that we have now.
Okay, thank you, Jared. So before I take it off of mute, I just want to mention a couple of things that the trip report does and doesn't do right now based on some initial testing and feedback we received. So currently, there's no notification that goes out automatically when a trip is created. So that's an area for feedback as far as what people want to see and how they want to be notified. So keep that in mind. Another item too is linking opportunities. Currently, from what Jared showed, you can associate an activity with these visits, but you can't currently associate opportunities, either existing or new ones that are related to that visit. So keep that in mind as well. We also had a request for populating vendor visits as well, so we're looking into that also. One other thing too, if you have existing trips that are pending, you can go ahead and go in and add those visits and associate those accounts with your visit. Okay, I'm going to take it off of mute and open it up for questions. And just remember, please keep your questions to existing functionality versus kind of future state feedback and comments for the purpose of this presentation. So, okay, any questions?
Yeah, I've been using this as logging trips to trade shows as well. Is it okay to do that so they won't have account numbers relating to them?
Well, you could start off with just the trip report, and you put the you can chatter, I'm going to this trade show. But then what could happen after the fact is you've talked to, maybe you had really good conversations with a handful of the accounts while you were there. You could add those to the trip so that they can be seen in context, maybe follow-ups, things that happen after the fact.
Yeah. So
I've also been putting holidays in there as well.
What was that?
I've also been putting holidays in there as well.
Oh, okay.
I guess you don't want that.
I guess that's for you and your manager to decide.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I've been using it as really as a tool to let people know where I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything else, but of course that's slightly changed now that the rest of it's been opened up.
Yeah. So that could be an item for discussion with your team and perhaps a future enhancement.
Okay. No worries.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. Gidra, you have a question.
Yes, how to relate a new task with the visit?
A new task with the visit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll go into this trip, and then we want to go into a specific visit associated with the trip. And you could do it from that page as well. So I'll show you that as well. But this little plus sign, so here are all the tasks right now. So you could just click, add a new task. You can assign it to yourself, or you could assign it to someone else. I'll just keep that date. So maybe this is something you're doing, data collection or something. And then once you have it there, then you save, and it will show up in, pardon me, it will show up in your work. It'll show up as a task related to this customer. It'll show up on the customer account. So let me go back.
Oh, that is a link. You can just click right on that.
That is a link. Okay. To go to the
account.
To the account itself. Okay. I'm going to go back and show you just one more time on the trip itself. So here we are at Air Canada. You can either use this arrow to show the activities. You can use this button as well. And then here you have this little plus sign to add a task.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
Oh, excuse me. You're right. That's a visit. So disregard what I just said because that's a specific to an account. So you'll want to drill into the visit and then associate your activity here. Okay. Did that answer your question?
And for example, if you are in the field of the customer, I'm thinking slowly, and then there is create a new task from that field. Is it possible to relate with the trip?
Oh, from your customer account?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I believe you have to be in the...
You could. It's just a little bit more hassle. You'd have to know the visit number.
New task related. I'm checking now. Account visit. I think it is possible. I'm checking now. Yeah, I think it is possible. I will figure out in the future.
Okay.
Eric, can you just chatter opportunities and visit numbers, and that way, and would they become links then, or you'd have to basically just tell people to go to those opportunities and visit numbers?
Well, no. If you chatter to people, it'll be in the context of either the visit or the trip. So then that will give them a link back to this to view it. They don't have to search it.
So here I'm in the visit. So if I chatter, Jared, he will see that in the context of the visit. If I go back to the trip and chatter here, you'll see it in the context of the trip.
I meant actually adding the visit number or the opportunity number in the chatter feed.
Yeah, they're not
No,
active links.
It doesn't become a link, but the chatter post itself is a link back to wherever the chatter was created from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think any of our reference numbers are active.
No, but until the opportunity functionality is available, we could just do that, right?
Oh, you mean just chattering the
opportunity number, yeah.
That's certainly an option.
Yeah. Other questions?
Genevieve, we will have questions when we will start using it.
Sure.
Perfect. We hope to hear your questions soon then. Yeah, so this is it's in production. As we mentioned, we did a few little tweaks in preparation for this training late last night, and so we'll push those through to production over the weekend. But yes, you can certainly start using this tool now and adding those customer visits.
Right, and you can add account visit and task detail to existing trip entries that you've made, so that more information can be gathered if that's desirable.
Any other questions?
Genevieve? Yeah, this is Andrew Boniface. I just wanted to make sure that this is live now, and just wanted to make sure that just from a service standpoint that all North America folks start using this so Brad can track our location and what we're doing. And I just
Absolutely. Yep, it is live today. The only things, you'll only notice the difference from this page, if you hover over the trip link, it'll kind of flash a screen before it takes you into the detail. So it's just a minor update. But yes, to confirm, it is live today. You can go right to customer visit and start populating those trips.
So moving forward, all reps that are traveling to a customer, Brad, I mean, chime in if you want, but I think it's something that we need to be clear that everybody needs to use the calendar.
I totally agree. I think this is awesome. I'm so excited that you guys were able to do this so fast. The one question I have, Genevieve, so I don't know who's all on this training, but will people that are like inside sales and other key players that we may be pinging for action items, are they privy to this information? Have we told them that this is how the outside sales group is going to start acting now?
Yeah, so I invited on the invite includes all the regions, including MRO. So everyone was invited, including the inside sales managers and their teams, product management, business development management on the PMA side. So yeah, we felt like product management and sales, inside and outside, were kind of the primary targets for this training. Is there anyone that that maybe we missed in the invite? I mean, so we're thinking sales and product management.
No, I think this is good. This is a good start. I just think that one of the things maybe you and I should do, Genevieve, is send out a note to everybody just saying this is now our policy. We're going to start publishing our itineraries and our call reports this way, just to make sure that everybody's starts getting used to this thing. Because if this thing really works great, which I'm totally anticipating it will, it'll be a two-way street. So if an outside person is going to an account, the inside salesperson who is their partner on these accounts, or the business development manager that's the partner on this account, can chime in and update the salesperson prior to the account on any information or any follow-up they need. That's when we will know this is really working, when we have interaction from all the parties. So that's the whole reason for itineraries, is to let people know and to carry out the action items. So this is fantastic.
Thank you. And Brad, we can talk offline about a separate communication on
Okay.
Policy and whatnot. But yeah, it's going to.
Let's do that.
Okay. But yeah, we'll have this posted in Chatter. As soon as the meeting ends, I'm going to upload it to Chatter as well. So I know with this time, we really caught almost everyone besides the Asia team. So one of the next webinars, we'll try to do it in the evening if you guys want to join. So that we can accommodate the Asia team as well. But we'll post this so they have access to it, and then anyone else who wasn't able to participate. But also, for those who are on the Salesforce Steering Committee, for any of you who participated today, and if you notice there are team members that weren't in attendance today, please help spread the word. We would love that. So
this is fantastic. I'm very excited about this, and thank you, whole Salesforce team, for putting this together so quickly. This needs to be filtered to Chris, because this is exactly what he wanted. Also, Genevieve.
Fabulous. Great. It's great to hear. Before we close, any other comments or questions for today? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We hope you go out and populate that calendar. So thanks again, and enjoy your weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.